Welcome to CategoryVR. This demonstration is intended to show how experiments into what is called rule-based category learning can be conducted using virtual reality as a research tool. Studies of this kind are used to examine the nuances of human attention and learning, and are a major part of modern cognitive psychology. In this kind of study, you will be presented with a series of objects and will be guessing which of 4 categories that object belongs to. After each guess, you'll get feedback about your answer, and will have a chance to look over the object at your own pace before moving to the next trial. In just a moment, please take off your headset and enter in a subject number on your computer. This will be used to create a data file for your experiment, which you'll be able to find on the desktop of your computer after you finish this program. Once you've done this, please take the time to make sure that your headset is fitted appropriately before grabbing the arrow in front of you to proceed to the tutorial for this experiment. In this tutorial, we will introduce you to the main interactions you need to know in order to proceed with this experiment. In front of you, you'll notice that there are 4 new buttons: A, B, C, and D. These buttons will be used by you to make guesses about which category each object belongs to. To get a stimulus object, you just need to grab the arrow in front of you using your hand controller, and a stimulus cube will appear. Please do this now. In front of you now is a stimulus cube. You'll notice that it's angled so that you can't really see what's on the side of each cube. Reach out with your hand and maneuver the cube so that you can see one of the sides. Now turn to a different side. You'll notice that each of the sides have a unique shape and color on them. There are 3 different sides to look at. The back is just a repeat of the front. Once you've had a moment to look at the cube, reach out to any of the choice buttons around you and make a guess as to whether or not this cube belongs in category A, B, C, or D. There's no way for you to know just now by looking at the cube, since you haven't been given any feedback yet, so you'll just have to make a guess at this point. Make a guess whenever you're ready. The button you pressed just turned green. This is good. It means you guessed correctly. Feel free to continue moving the cube to evaluate why you think this might have been an example of the category you chose. When you're ready, press the arrow again to get a new cube. That being said, this tutorial is just using a random cube for demonstration purposes, so don't memorize this one. It won't matter once the real experiment begins. Again, when you're ready to move on, press the arrow to get a new cube. Alright, same as before, move the cube around to see the different sides and make a guess. Is this an example of category A, B, C, or D? The button you just pressed turned red. This is not good, and means you chose incorrectly. Look around, and you'll notice that the correct choice has been highlighted in green to show you which button you should have pressed for this trial. Use this feedback to help you guess correctly on the next trials ahead. Again, you can spend as long as you like looking at the cube before pressing the arrow to start the next trial. This ends the tutorial. When you're ready to start the experiment for real, press the arrow button again, and the real experiment will begin. Have fun! Congratulations! You've reached the end of the experiment. You may now take off your headset and exit the program. Be sure to check out the data files that have been created on your desktop to see what kind of data is typically acquired during these types of experiments. I hope you had fun. Following the completion of the experiment, the researcher can then explore the data through 3 different levels. The first of these that we're going to look at is the experimental level. At this level, there's going to be 1 row per participant that gives you general overview information about what that person did, the accuracy of their performance overall, and the time it took them to complete the experiment. At the trial level, we get the bulk of our information. Here, for each participant, you get 1 row per trial. This contains a lot of important information and is where most of your analyses will come from. You get, in the first 3 columns, you get the relevance of each individual feature. In this case, you also get the time fixated on relevant features, as well as time fixated on irrelevant features. As you can see, as participants learn the categories over time, these tend to decline. Among the other important information, you also get their accuracy, their reaction time. As well, you see how much time they spent during the feedback phase, incorporating feedback into their future answers. And this allows you to do some basic analyses, such as you can see in the graphs here. At the gaze level data, this is where you can really get a detailed look at the moment-to-moment actions of each participant. In here, it's real-time tracking of both the head-mounted display as well as both the hand controllers. You also get what they were looking at any given moment in time and the relevance of the thing they were looking at over in the right-hand column. As you can see, this outputs a huge amount of data. And so most of your analyses will probably stick to the trial level data and stay from here, but it is available for people who want to verify their findings. And that's all for now. You can find us on Wix or use the link in the description below to follow us on GitHub. Thanks for watching.